everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. This is our third pay for August and I'm just going to quickly show you an overview of what our breakdown looks like, and then we'll get into stuffing our cash envelopes. I'll make sure to leave the timestamp down below, that way you can skip directly to the cash stuffing if you prefer just watching that. So without further ado, let's just get into today's budget. Okay, so let me zoom you guys in just a bit, that way you can see a little clearer. So with our paycheck budgets, our income right now is on a variable income. We do have one income. I am a housewife. I do help manage our business from home with the books and everything, but my husband, he is the one that receives the income. And we like to break down our income into specific percentages. So most of my worksheets have this percentage formula written in. And we aim to live within 70% of what our income is. And how that is broken down for us is anything that leaves our bank account. So that goes for our bills, our daily spending, cash envelopes, anything at all that leaves the bank account, we want to have as our expenses, and it's 70%. That's our goal. Now, sometimes if we have a lower income that time frame, it's not realistic to do that, and we'll bump it up to 80% or 85%. But we like using this because it gives us a guide to reference back to, because we have goals in place. We want to save for our future home, and this is a great way for you to see things that you can cut back on if you don't meet that parameter that is set here. So sometimes this may not work for some people, but it does work for a lot, and it's eye-opening to see what you can possibly cut back so that way you can be within your goal amount of living. So then we want to break the remaining 30% into our tithe and our goal. So for our tithe, we do tithe 10% of what our actual pay amount is. And we just give that to our church, and that's just something that we believe in. But my husband and I, we discussed, and we want to give above that because God has blessed us, and we want to be able to bless others and, be his hands and feet in that way. So we want to give an extra 5% or so, roughly, to give us an offering. So we do have a blessing envelope that we give to different charities or people, organizations that we want to bless. So we're adding an extra 5% towards our giving, and we factor that in for our tithe. And then the last 15% is for our goal. And for you, that might be building up an emergency fund, paying off debt, or other form of savings. For us, our goal is to contribute to retirement, to save for our next home, and also beef up a little bit more our emergency fund, since we did have to tap into that for certain circumstances that had occurred in our life. But that is how we utilize the percentage formula. I don't share our actual numbers, that's why you see those numbers covered up, just for privacy. But I wanted to explain that for you, that way you can fill in your numbers along with me, so you can take that into consideration. So once we factor out what these numbers are, that's where we then move on to the next parts of our budget. So the first thing that we do is our blessing, our giving. That is the first item that leaves our bank account once we get paid. So we do tithe electronically to our church, so we don't withdraw cash for that. But the blessing, we will be withdrawing cash, and we have an envelope. So $67 is going to blessing. So then now we get into the breakdown for our expenses and everything. So $11.51 is what we are allocating towards our expenses, anything that leaves our bank account. and savings. So we want to be within a zero-based budget, and that is just giving every single dollar a job. So these are the bills that we are going to be paying from our bank account. And I have a credit card here because we did end up using my husband's credit card for some like unbudgeted purchases last week. So we do have to pay that back. We don't carry balances on our credit card. We do use it responsibly, but we have to pay that back. And then these are the other bills that we are allocating funds from this paycheck. And where we get these numbers is from my bill tracker. I talk about this in every video, but I get questions. This is the bill tracker, and we set this up every month, and we list out all of our expenses with the total amount, and we break it down based on how many times we get paid for that month. That way we split up those payments, and we'll highlight when we know we have to have that fully funded. So I just went down the line of the payday, and I just marked in those numbers, and I put it into the expense portion of this budget. So we also want to allocate $50 to leave it in the bank account as like a cushion, a buffer, because, you know, certain times we end up going a little bit over budget. And you know what? That's okay. Give yourself grace. If that happens to you, don't beat yourself up about it. Just try to do better for the next time and plan accordingly. So that's why we are wanting to focus on also building up a cushion in our bank account as well. So the total expenses for this comes to $641.33. We still have $509.67 to budget out for. So this is where we get into the next part of the budget, and that's the variable spending, cash envelopes. So these are the different categories that we are setting funds aside. So my husband, we just transfer those funds into his bank account for him to do his personal spending. I don't personally track that because he's an adult. He obviously knows how to manage his funds, and he's really good at that, actually. So the highlighted are the items that we will be withdrawing cash for, and these are pretty much my responsibilities on, you know, the day-to-day spending. So we're going to be stuffing eating out, our gas, groceries, my miscellaneous, my personal spending, and then our trainer, which is a bill, but we do pay him in cash, which is my husband's trainer. So, and that number I got from the bill tracker, just so you know, for the trainer. So for the total for the categories is $305. And just a side note, for groceries, I've gotten asked how we can be within $75 for groceries. It's definitely a challenge, but you just have to plan your meals and only shop what you have on your shopping list. Try not to like go over with that, but I love using services like Walmart grocery pickup or Instacart. I use Aldi. I shop at Aldi a lot, and they have a pickup service. So I'll just put my items on the cart in Instacart and schedule a pickup. There is a small like fee. Sometimes you can get like a promotion where it's free pickup, but I think it's so worth it for my time, and it's not too bad. If you want to try out Instacart, just so you know, I have like referral codes in my description box for you to like get a coupon to try out that service for delivery or for pickup. But everything is linked down below for any like rewards that I use, but I think it's totally worth it. So I plan my shopping. I do pickup services quite a bit every week, and that's how I can be within that budgeted amount. So $204 is what is still remaining to break down into other goals of ours. And we have quite a few sinking funds, but these top ones are ones that we keep in an online bank account, which is a savings account that earns interest. I have everything in one savings account for our sinking funds, and we have buckets. So we use Ally, and they allow you to have buckets where you can name the bucket and you can track how much is in those specific sinking funds. You earn interest, and it's really nice, versus having cash for these specific categories where you're not able to earn interest. Now do whatever works for you. This just makes sense for us, and we feel at peace with it. There are other cash sinking funds though that we do withdraw that make sense for us, like our health spending, any beauty and pet, as you see here. So that's for like the groomer, going to the barber, or me going to the hair salon, getting vitamins and things like that. So these are our sinking funds that we slowly build up and cash, and these ones are in our bank account. So $144 is going towards our sinking funds, and we still have $60.67 left to budget for other goals of ours. So we are going to be putting money in our emergency fund, our home fund, and also my husband's retirement. We want to make a contribution for his IRA. So that allows us to be at a zero-based budget. So keep in mind, all of the highlighted items on my paycheck budget is what I will be cash stuffing. The total that we are stuffing for cash is $354, and I have my cash here. So let's get to stuffing our cash envelopes. Okay, so I had to rearrange a few things, but this is the cash that I had withdrawn from the bank, and this is $354. Let's just go ahead and count out and make sure that everything looks good. So let me just organize these. Okay, so they're all organized. Now let's count. So there should be, like I said, $354. So we have 100, 150, 200, 250, 270, 280, 290, 300, 310, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 340, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 354. So let's go ahead and put these in order. And then we have the $100 bill. Just gonna set this aside. So that is good. The first thing that we're gonna go ahead and just start with is me making sure that my bills are written in my tracking app. So if you don't know, I have an app that I track all of our sinking funds and our bills, so I can make sure that we have the right amount. So I'm gonna first start off with this app. It is called ENVY, ENVY. This is on an iOS device, so I don't know if it's available on Android. But MetaShare, we are setting aside $79. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on MetaShare here, hit the subtract, type in MetaShare, and put in the amount that we're allocating. So when I add that, it tells me I have $79 remaining to complete that bill. So we have 79 times 3. There is $237 in the MetaShare. So that's good. Now rent, we have $375 that we're allocating for rent. So $1125 is what we have for there. And we're starting over for our electric bill, making sure that we have the funds for that. So I'm going to set aside $25 for electric. So we want to have 101, and we added $25 for that. So 25 is what we've allocated for that. Car insurance, we're starting over for that, so $43. is what we're allocating for car insurance. And then our water bill, we have the $29 balance, but really the bill amount was $76.28. So this app doesn't allow for change, so I had to round up to the nearest dollar. So we're just gonna say that we have the full $29. So as you can see, for our water bill on this app, just so you can see how this works, it says that we have it like fully funded, so we don't have to contribute any more for our water bill. So that's why I like this app. Okay, and then our cushion, which is what is left in our bank account. From this paycheck, we wanted to add $50. And right now it shows that our actual balance after, paying all of the bills and withdrawing the cash is $63.12. And then for my husband, we did our transfer of $30. And then I'm just gonna skip down to these sinking funds, and I have this in another app. It's in my simple budget envelope app. I've talked about it quite a few times, but this is just so simple to use. So it tells you what you actually have in the different categories here. So it's really nice. So I'm just gonna go through what we have from our paycheck budget and just add it to this. So starting with car maintenance, we're gonna budget $10 for this. So I'm gonna put today's date. So we have $85 for car maintenance. Christmas, we're adding $40. So there is now $650 in Christmas. My husband's birthday, we are adding $4. So now there's $25 for that. Fun, we're adding $4. So there is $218.24 in our fun envelope. Gifts, we're adding $3 in gifts. So there is now $23.04. My birthday, we're adding $4. So just like my husband, we have $25. And then our 1 month ahead, we want to add $67. So we now have $72 in our 1 month ahead. Still sticking with this app for tracking purposes, our emergency, we're going to add $10.67. So in our emergency fund, we now have $4,486.58. Our home, we're going to add $30. So for the home savings, we have $2,482.94. And then for my husband's retirement, we're gonna just add the $20. So we are good with our digital sinking funds, and let's get to stuffing our cash envelopes. So we are going to start off with my wallet. I don't have much or anything in my wallet here, so there's nothing in our eating out currently. So we're going to be adding $10 in here. So now my balance will be $10. And my envelopes that I am using, these ones are from the Planning Dancer, so super cute. For eating out, we are getting a $10 bill. Have $10 for here. Gas is getting $10, and there is money in here. I'm just gonna roll it over. So there's currently $20, but we are going to add $10 So the balance will be 30 in here. Let me just get a $10 bill. We have $10, $20, and $30. Groceries is getting 75, and we do have money left over, and I'm actually going to be doing something with this, so it's really exciting. So we have $2. I'm just gonna put it aside and I'll show you what we're gonna be doing with that in just a little bit. So I'm going to make a note of that we're gonna save. And then today we are adding $75. So now the balance in my grocery envelope is gonna be $75. So for the groceries, we're gonna have $150, $110, 2 5s, and 5 1s. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so we have 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 75. Alright, so 75. My miscellaneous had nothing originally in here, but we're adding $10, and that's just going to be a $10 bill. My personal spending, let's see, I have money. I didn't use the money that was in here before. There was a balance of $5. So I'm actually, so I'm gonna keep one out and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it. And I'll just keep the $4 in here. Okay, so there should be $24 in my spending. So let me get the cash for that. So it's just gonna get a $20 bill. So we have the 21, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll show you what I'm doing with this money over here in just a minute. All right, and that is it for my wallet cash envelopes. And I was a little nervous that my cash envelopes were not gonna fit in this wallet, but they do in this little like side pocket here. So that's really good to know. And I have a Amazon store, so in case you want to know where I got my wallet, it's linked to my Amazon store. So that is all set. And let's move on to my cash pouch, which is my cash sinking funds. And we're going to, since I'm on this, we're gonna start with my trainer, and this is getting $150. So that's these two. So it's 150. So we're adding the 150. Right, so right now there is just the 150. Next is Beauty is getting $4. So let's get this out. So we're adding $4. So currently there's $22. So now there's going to be 26. So let's get the 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's good. All right. So we should have 26. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Alright, I'll add the blessing in just a minute. Health is getting $4 as well. Currently has $11, so there should be 15 afterwards. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. So what did I say? There should be 15. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And this envelope is meant for getting like our vitamins, protein, shakes, things like that. So we don't consider this the medical envelope because we have our health savings account for any of our doctor's bills and all of that. So we have 15 in there. Our pet is currently empty. We had to dip into this during the week because I didn't plan on getting our dogs food for some reason. So I had used up our grocery funds and we had money in here. So I ended up taking the $11 that we had and we used that to buy our dogs their food. They get Fresh Pet. So we just got that. So I'm thankful that we had this. And even though this is really meant for them to go to the groomers or even to the vet, sometimes you have to dip into your sinking funds and you should be okay with that because guess what? It's your money, it's your savings that you have to be able to spend. So I'm very grateful that we did have the money for, you know, getting them their food. So we're gonna add $4. So there's currently $4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then lastly, we have our blessings that's getting $67. So I have that right here. And it should be what's left. So we have 50, 60, 65, 66, 67. So adding the $67, what does that give us? So there should be $98 in our blessings. So let's see. We have 50, 70, 80, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let me show you what I'm going to be doing with these few dollars. So that is all done. Let me put this back in my pouch. And now what am I going to be doing with these $3? I know it's not a whole lot, but I am excited to be starting the 100 envelope challenge. And since I'm just starting this off, I just picked the first 2 that were in the front because they were small numbers. Obviously, we have the 1 and we have the 2. So with the money that was left over from my cash envelopes here, I just wanted to stuff these, and what the savings that we end up saving from this challenge, I want it to go towards our home or our fun. So I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do with it. If you are participating in a savings challenge like this, let me know what you're planning on using your savings for. But yeah, so I'm excited to start stuffing these. And I got this from the Dollar Tree. I was so excited when I found this. So yeah, I'm really excited to start this, and I will also be stuffing some of my savings challenges from my side income. That way we can slowly start savings towards our goals and do it in a fun way. So I don't want this to be like my main focus, but if I have extra funds and we are able to have some wiggle room to contribute to a savings challenge, then why not do it, and why not make it fun? So that is what I have for our paycheck budget. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and you felt motivated to just get on a written budget and do it in a way that makes sense to you and your family. Don't overcomplicate things. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys right here in a brand new video. Bye guys.